lot of you were asking plenty of questions about how to properly do forward folds. Honestly, they're done incorrectly by a lot of people, and so I think this will be really great to kind of clear the air and get everybody on the same page, on the correct page. So starting on your mat, bring the feet hip width apart. So here's what typically will happen when a forward fold is done incorrectly, is that you'll want to reach for the toes, and you do like this. The reason why this feels like it would be easier is because if the hamstrings and the back is really tight, then folding from here, it feels like you can go further without feeling as much discomfort. Now, the reason why this is bad for you, that you don't want to do this version, is that your spine is like, if you think of your spine as a cage, all of the little discs, all of the bones have little discs between them. So here, you think of the spine looking like this. These are the bones. This is one bone. This is another bone. And in between those two bones, there is a disc. And this disc acts as a little cushion between all of the bones so that you have a nice way to carry the weight of the body without compressing the spine and without doing any damage to the actual bone structure. So when you're folding here, if you can imagine the spine's shape, so you can imagine that these bones are trying to bend and accommodate the movement of the body, but that cushiony disc in between the bones is getting compressed in a way that is unnatural and not really beneficial to the anatomy of your body. So instead of folding here and getting that roundness and trying to force yourself down that way, if you keep the back long and straight and you move instead from these hip creases, so kind of where the thigh meets the hip and right around the pelvis, if you start to fold from there, so the back stays straight, start to pull the chest forward, so move the chest toward the front of your mat, pull the belly in. Already notice that as you start to fold, you begin to feel some stretch through the hamstrings, and that's what you're looking for. So you can keep the hands on the thighs. I like to keep my knees bent very slightly because if you completely lock the legs back, sometimes it feels unnatural, it feels uncomfortable to lock the knees, and plus when the knees are locked, you lose some stability there. So with a tiny little bend, just to give you some support, it allows you to A, be stable, and B, to continue to get into the hamstrings and less into the spine. So to work up to your full forward fold, the hands can come to the thighs. Of course, you want to make sure that the core is engaged, so pulling the belly in so that the spine stays really long. So avoid caving the back, avoid pushing the belly down toward the floor, because then you're breaking the back in the other direction. So lifting through the belly, reaching the crown of the head long. As you get more flexible, the hands can eventually reach down toward the mat. So you're still doing the same thing with the upper body. You're using the fold from the hip crease to get into the hamstrings. The back stays nice and long. You can take as many breaths here as you like. And once you fold, you don't have to expect that the back stays totally straight. There's not really any straight lines in nature, and the same goes with your back. The back isn't going to pull perfectly straight. There's going to be some curve, some shape to it, and that's normal, that's natural. To come out of your fold, you can bend the knees and come all the way up. Let the shoulders roll back and down. And of course, you can practice that as many times as you like. So hopefully that clears up some of the mystery behind folding forward and making sure that you do it correctly. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and be sure to check out my website at erinmotz.com for more awesome yoga stuff. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments below, and I'll see you guys right back here next time.